This earphone is really blessed with the lucky number 7. It should not work this well, but somehow it does. So the Kiwi Ears Septet features 7 drivers, yes 7, and it's one of the most complex hybrid setups that I've tried, with a dynamic driver, 4 balanced armatures, a micro planar, and a piezo unit in a 4-way crossover. There's not a lot of these IEMs out there because, well, as cool as it is, it's quite hard to get the sound quite right. Did Kiwi Ears manage to break that curse and get lucky? Well, let's find out. If you like the show, help the channel grow with a like and a sub. You're watching Lumerion, now let's get into it. So the Septet features similar packaging to other Kiwi Ears stuff. That means nice typography and clean graphics. Slide out the sleeve over the top box and you are greeted with the Septet sitting in foam inserts. Below that is the instruction manual and carrying case, the same one you get with the Halcyon, and it's got enough space to comfortably store your IEMs with a net compartment containing 3 pairs of narrowbore ear tips and another 3 pairs for wide bores. I mean the tips are okay, but I will recommend Akustune AET-07s or Tangzu Tank Sankai's, which even out the treble response, as well as increasing the fit and comfort. You also get a nice cable with a copper shade that pairs well aesthetically with the Septet. This is formerly the Teres version 1 cable, however it is now included with both the Septet and Halcyon. But you also get swappable jacks for 3.5 and 4.4mm. I'll give a shout out to the new Teres cable though. It looked nice on the Halcyon and it looks even better with the Septet. Oh yeah, there's also a silica pack, but don't eat this. Now the design of the Septets, it reminds me a lot of my Tangzu Ye Xuanji, whose looks I absolutely adored. The Septet cuts back on the fancy patterns on the front plate, utilizing a clean and open back design with a copper inner grille that contrasts nicely with the gunmetal outer shell. The ear-facing side uses a very well-finished metal that is sanded down to smoothness. And the overall shell shape, it's just very comfy, sitting in my ears for long, multi-hour listening sessions without discomfort. Now with this kind of open back design, you should expect some sound leaking from the Septet. Even though, you know, the oscillation, it's still pretty decent for an IEM. Now it does mean that the open back design does actually work. So when you block the outer vents, you will actually hear like a slight reduction for the upper mids. Safe to say, the Septet is made for private listening sessions and not in commute or public places. Now the problem with multi-driver IEMs sporting complex crossovers is that it's really quite hard to craft a nice frequency response without just glaring tonality issues. Just take a look at the Geek World IEMs that have intense and insane driver setups, but they all end up with quite unnatural tunings. Luckily, the Septet avoids this pitfall and manages a great technical performance as well as an inoffensive tuning that plays well with many genres. The graph on the Septet doesn't look neutral by any conventional targets, but every frequency range has an equal amount of presence, making a cohesive and seemingly balanced whole. This low peanut gain kind of tuning combined with the quad-brit construction makes the Septet a really power-hungry IEM. You will need a decent source to kind of expose its full potential. Now the Septet is very mature for its low end, opting for a reasonable thump that is equal parts sub and mid bass, with a satisfyingly long decay across your songs. It's not the kind of low end that gets you like headbanging right away, but it's got just the right amount of impact whilst being cleanly separated from the other frequencies. When it wants to be a more like atmospheric and slow rolling bass, the Septet can do that in the Mothra mix of Godzilla King of the Monsters. And when you want the Septet to have a sort of faster, more tactile low end with lots of bass definition, it can do that as well, as shown in the drop of Bancho Hajime's new song, Deep Dive. Just go listen to that if you haven't. For its mids, the Septet keeps its lower mid-range slightly warm and uses a more gradual, less aggressive peanut gain region, and it helps to give a wider sense of depth and space to your music. It's not as flattering to vocals as Moondrop or Tangent IEMs, but it does help to boost the perceived soundstage, as well as showcasing the sort of technical strengths of all of these 7 drivers. Now I gotta say, whilst the ending song of the Odyssey was a bit jarring when I first heard it in the IMAX theater, I've grown to really like it once at home, and the Septet showcases this song excellently. You can hear all the little echoing samples that make up the track quite clearly, especially when there are ongoing chants and vocals that are being played alongside each other. Another test of clarity in the midst is the Stranger Than Heaven trailer. Since Sega won't release the full song until the full game comes out, like, come on, seriously? But yeah, whatever. I've had to listen to the trailer version with all the extra sound effects in the mix. But the cool thing is, the Septet separates well enough that you can actually focus your ears to the song itself, and you can mentally dampen all the other sounds. In lesser IEMs, the song would be fighting for space when the characters in the trailer speak, or if there are, say, loud sound effects. But the Septet has enough technical grunt to cleanly differentiate between all of those elements. So I've listened to quite a few IEMs with a piezo driver for treble, and it's a really tricky driver type to work into an earphone. It's very easy to end up with either crunchy or harsh high ranges, like the older Geek World IEMs. But by practicing constraint, I think Kiwi Ears managed to make a technical treble that has good clarity without going overboard. The treble range here is handled by both the micro planar and the piezo driver combo, and gives instruments like pianos in Steven Universe's Love Like You a nice extra bit of definition, alongside the little background sounds such as birds chirping and the crispness of the drums. There is actual treble detail in the Septet, and it's not just a simple boosting of the treble region like lower end IEMs, which I really like. It's not as in your face as the MEMS driver in the Halcyon, but it adds clarity to the mix in an organic manner. Tip rolling will affect your treble experience though. I found that the high range was a little coarse when using narrow bore ear tips, but Tangsu Tangsankai's and other wider bore tips gave an even and elegant treble response. Though I wouldn't say that the soundstage width of the Septet is wide, I would say that it definitely benefits from the open back design, giving you a slightly out of the ear experience. Soundstage height is also really good, as shown in Kill the Lord by Level 9. You will hear the backing vocals take a slightly higher position than the main singer, showing excellent imaging capabilities. Unlike the Halcyon, which is a lot more in your face here, the Septet takes a much more refined approach to detailing. The macro detailing is done quite well, competitive with other IEMs in the $200 to $300 tier. But not only that, micro details and nuances always have space to show themselves. In the same Kill the Lord track, I love that I can hear the synths start as the vocals start transitioning away at the same time. Something that the lower price IEMs they struggle to reproduce without like either some smearing or losing a bit of presence for either the singer or the synths. The resolution is also great for this price. You can hear the texture of musical detail, and it's not just a sort of slightly muddy and shrill sound. No. There's actually texture here. So Kiwi Ears is essentially making a complementary pair between the Halcyon and the Septet, with the former offering a more engaging and energetic presentation, whilst the Septet is a more conventional kind of tuning, with more focus on musical nuances. The Halcyon's bass is a lot more thumpy, and it has a strong sub-bass presence, whilst the Septet kind of plays it more conservatively. adding depth to your music rather than trying to rumble all the time. Lower mids on the Septet is definitely a little bit warmer, which is more to my taste, whilst the Halcyons is slightly recessed to keep the bass bleeding in check, whilst the upper mids have the biggest difference. The Halcyon has a more standard pinna gain, which gives male vocals more strengths and female vocals more body. Whilst the Septet doesn't prioritize vocals as much, it emphasizes the bridge between the upper mid-range and lower treble to achieve wider perceived soundstage. Treble on both are similar in quantity, though the Septet, I think it has more air and extension, whilst the Halcyon kinda just prioritizes sharpness in the low treble region. Technicalities on both IEMs are really good. For most listeners, this will be the point of diminishing returns in terms of in-ear audio performance. But the Septet, it does have a more open feeling, whilst the Halcyon stays quite intimate. Macro detailing on the Halcyon is really clearly shown with high resolution thanks to that MEMS driver inside. But it's not as great for micro detailing, often skipping over those more nuanced details, which is where the Septet actually truly shines. I will also note that the imaging on the Halcyon is not that great, but on the Septet it is very holographic and provides a better kind of positional variance with the musical instruments and elements. Kiwi Ears essentially crafted two IEMs that complement each other quite well. The Halcyon is made to impress right out of the gate with its more intense presentation and a more fun signature, whilst the Septet is made to kind of slowly reveal its prowess and is more suited for longer listening sessions without becoming fatiguing. So you see, there's a kind of stigma with multi-driver IEMs which use a ton of different driver types. And I guess rightfully so, as many of these attempts end up having either underwhelming results or just straight up kind of sound pretty bad. But the Kiwi Ears Septet has successfully dismantled this preconceived notion with a 7-driver quad bridge setup, as you can see here, that not only delivers really good technical performance, but also providing a pleasing tuning that highlights its open back design as well. Though it may be overlooked compared to its more popular sister models, that being the Halcyon and the Orchestra 2, I think the Kiwi Ears Septet is an understated but really potent IEM that's worthy of consideration. Thank you to Kiwi Ears for providing a sample of the Septet for this review. However, as always, they do not have any creative or editorial control over my content, and all thoughts that I've shared here are my own. Join my Patreon for extra product photography and thumbnails of these videos, and get my image presets, which aim to give the stale photos of modern digital cameras some vintage vibes and a bit more personality. I am also releasing a new preset that helps complement and really bring out the characters of your old digicam. So if you have an old digital camera, you want a nice preset, a punchy one, go to my Patreon, grab it, and tell me about your results. Join the channel members to get early access to videos just like these, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.